Am I supposed to be intimidated right now? I'm not sure what's going on.
Xayah, the rebel. Xayah's kit resembles that of a true marksman. True marksmen are typically characterized by long range, high damage output, and good potential to take towers and clear waves. Examples of true marksmen are Caitlyn, Jinx in rocket form and minigun form for taking towers, and lastly Tristana. Xayah differs from these true marksmen in that she has lower range, but makes up for this in her ability to play as a controller and catch people out using her blade caller ability. Xayah's passive is Clean Cuts. After casting an ability, Xayah's next 3 auto attacks will pierce through targets, hitting multiple enemies, and leaving behind a feather where they fall. It is important to remember that Xayah can only hold 5 feathers at any given time, so she must space her abilities so that she does not waste regeneration, getting down as many as possible for teamfights and laning. Xayah's Q is Double Daggers, an ability that casts 2 daggers in a line as a skill shot, hitting multiple targets and dealing more damage to the first enemy hit. The main use of this ability is that it places 2 feathers at the end of its path, as the name would suggest, meaning that only 1 more auto attack is required to be able to land or root on targets.
Chaos.
Double Daggers does significantly more damage to the first target hit. Therefore, it can be used as an effective poking tool in laning phase and team fights if you can get it off on the enemy champion you're aiming at. However, in almost all cases it will deal more damage with Blade Caller, and if you can get that extra auto attack off to land the root, even better. But in the event that you know you're not going to be able to get the root because the enemy champion will be able to get away, for example an Ezreal will just blink away and you won't be able to get that auto attack off, or you'll straight up dodge your E, you should just throw out the Q and immediately E for a significant amount of damage. W, Deadly Plumage, is an auto-attack steroid that causes Xayah to attack 30% faster, deal 20% more damage per auto-attack, and grants a 30% movement speed bonus upon hitting an enemy champion. The movement speed bonus granted by Xayah's Deadly Plumage is an effective tool for kiting enemies who are chasing her, and for chasing down fleeing targets using attack moves. If you don't know what attack moves are, check out the video on my channel. Additionally, Xayah's W is an effective tool for pushing towers, as it grants a bonus to both attack speed and damage dealt, allowing Xayah to take down towers very quickly and efficiently. Xayah's E is Blade Caller. Blade Caller calls back all feathers on the battlefield to Xayah's current position. The more feathers that pass through an enemy, the more damage they take, and an enemy that is struck by at least 3 feathers is rooted. Xayah's kit was built around Blade Caller. Knowing when to and when not to use Blade Caller is what makes a great Xayah player. It allows her to catch out priority targets with her Q auto attack E combo, and peel for herself by kiting with W and then calling in E as tanks get close, effectively baiting them into focusing her while dealing tons of damage and not letting them get anywhere near her. Lastly is Xayah's ultimate, Featherstorm. Featherstorm is typically used as an outplay ability because it makes you untargetable. It allows you to dodge a significant amount of damage while turning the tide with the following Blade Caller, almost guaranteed to hit the target. Another use for Xayah's ultimate is to finish off a low health enemy, or a few preferably, at a long range that otherwise would survive at the end of a team fight, as the range of the ability is quite long, and together with a Q and an E, can root targets and deal a significant amount of damage. I'll show you how to do the Q ultimate combo in the combos section. If you're unsure on how to outplay someone, check my channel. I should have a video up on it by now. Xayah's bread and butter catching tool is her Q auto attack E combo. It has a significant range once you buy rapid fire cannon, does a good amount of damage, and roots the target for follow up. This combo is your go-to trading tool in lane. It does a good amount of damage, comes out really quick, and roots for follow-up CC or damage from either you or your support. If you're unsure on when, why, or how to trade, you can check out the video I'll be posting on my channel. Xayah's next combo is to Q when you push R to have both abilities come out at the same time. When using Blade Caller after Xayah's ultimate, typically only the enemies that are closest to her or in the middle of the area will be rooted. You can account for this by using your double dagger spell to catch enemies in the side of the area with extra daggers, ensuring that they will also be rooted. In terms of items, Xayah's build is very cut and dry. Her first item is Essence Reaver, as the cooldown reduction gained from critical strike chance is essential to landing her Blade Caller multiple times in laning phase and in team fights. The additional cooldown reduction for critical strike chance builds up as you get more of your future items, which leads to your second choices, Rapid Fire Cannon and Infinity Edge. Rapid Fire Cannon, as mentioned earlier, allows Xayah to perform her Q auto attack eat combo from a farther range, which is very powerful in addition to the stats that all ADCs like, such as the movement speed, attack speed, and critical strike chance. Infinity Edge is a good follow-up to that because it gives a significant amount of damage, and you already have enough attack speed by this point, and the extra critical strike damage is out of this world. So, and that critical strike chance also ties off well, ending your CDR gain from Essence Reaver. After that, things start to open up a bit, and it becomes more situational. So for your situational items that, dubbed the name, you want to get Guardian Angel if you find you're getting burst a lot or focused really hard. It's good because it gives you some armor, which is survivability. It gives damage now, which is fantastic. And the other thing is it brings you back after you die, which, isn't all that valuable if you just die instantly again, but hopefully if you're positioning well, your teammates will be able to make sure you can at least run away so that if your team wins the team fight, you can provide damage for objectives after the fight. If you're not finding you're getting focused so much, but you're taking a lot of damage, then I'd recommend going for the Bloodthirster, because you'll be able to sustain some of that damage back, or if they have a very strong poke team. So if they're sieging you a lot or dealing a lot of damage from afar, you can just grab Bloodthirster, heal that up, and go from there. Typically, if you're getting Guardian Angel, I would recommend getting Bloodthirster as your other situational item, and vice versa. If you get Bloodthirster, you should almost certainly follow up with Guardian Angel. Otherwise, if the other team has a bunch of tanks, then your Last Whisper or Mortal Reminder, or Lord Dominic's Regards, I believe they're called now with the upgrades, it's kind of necessary for the extra armor penetration. So you need to take Lord Dominic's to get through super tanky targets. You can sit on Last Whisper for a long time. The upgrade isn't that great, so I leave that to the end. But you need the Last Whisper to deal with tanky targets. And the Mortal Reminder is only really necessary if the enemy team has an insane amount of heals, i.e. a Soraka or something like that, then you're going to need to pick that up. And just like before, if you pick up a Last Whisper item, I would highly recommend you take the Mercurial Scimitar. God, I can't believe I got through that without stumbling. As it, just kind of goes better with that path. You can always take Mercurial Scimitar or Quicksilver Sash, even just alone, if the enemy team has a bunch of CC that they're throwing on you, or some effects you need to cleanse. Pretty sure it still cleanses stuff like Zed's ultimate, so stuff to keep in mind that is, situational. Xayah takes the typical meta ADC summoner spells, heal and flash. Unless the meta changes, that's not going to change. Fairly straightforward. Keystone, right now, Fleet Footwork is meta. I don't think Fleet Footwork will always be meta. There will probably be some balance changes to make the other two options more appealing. Xayah can do pretty well with all three of them, because the extra damage on the 3 attacks works well with her Blade Caller, and lethal tempo means she can get more feathers on the field. But right now, Fleet Footwork's good. It helps her in the laning phase, so whatever, right? Take it. It's the best right now. In terms of ability max, of course, you always want to go for your ultimate first, and then followed by your E, followed by your Q, and then W is last. If you want a more comprehensive guide on what minor runes and secondary paths to take on Xayah, and you're not already sick of me and my shameless plugs, you can check out the overheal video explaining the overheal meta on my channel. I will leave a link in the description down below. Overall, Xayah is a really powerful pick and a safe one too. Not many ADCs come loaded with as much reliable CC as Xayah, and any that do have it on a trap or an ultimate ability or something like that, whereas Xayah can throw down a root every 6 seconds in teamfights or around there, effectively peeling for herself. It's unreal. It's really good for solo queue because you can pick people out and control the game. You can defend yourself if your Lee Sin kicks the Nasus at you, and in no other situation with most ADCs would that be survivable. And she's very safe with her ultimate as a defensive utility tool, can get out of a lot of sticky situations. It's a lot harder to assassinate her, so plays a very powerful role in most games because, you can stay alive, and when you're alive, you're doing things. Thank you for watching the guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like the video, there is a button for that. Do consider it. And if you learned something new, consider going to check out my channel and leaving a subscription. I will be putting out new educational videos for League of Legends on the regular, and there might already be a few things there that you can check out that might help you climb. Otherwise, that's all for today, and good luck on the Rift.